Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Hope Destroyer. Yes, I find the name hilarious. Alright, so the Hope Destroyer is the next ship in my Destroyer class ship line. And as a Destroyer class ship, it has a couple of requirements. First of all, it is a Class B ship. Though there's no limitations on starship design, so this is a late game combat ship. Additionally, uh, destroyers are more short range ships. They're not supposed to go out really far without support, so they do only need about 200 fuel and about 1,000 or so cargo capacity. Beyond that, I want them to be able to sleep at least four, have at least four crew capacity, have a galley, a cargo hold, an armory, and an infirmary. So this particular ship is built entirely out of Hope Tech parts here on from Hope Town here on Polvo. So you do not need to go anywhere else to pick up what you need for this ship. So as usual, let's go ahead, take a quick tour, and then we'll show you how it's built before we take it out to Serpentis and give it a spin. So as is my preference, we enter immediately into the armory. We've got our landing bay right here. Now the Hope Armory does have the holding cell as well as weapon storage. And then right up front here we have our forward mounted docker. Coming back here, you can see directly above the landing bay axis we have a ladder going up. This is leading us into our cockpit. So if you want to fly this ship, then it's very easy to go ahead and maneuver around in, just to get to the essentials. But let's go ahead and come back here. So immediately behind the armory, we find ourselves in a 1x1, and this 1x1 gives us plenty of access in every single direction. Let's start by going straight back. So coming straight back, we find ourselves in the HopeTech 1x1 or 2x1 captain's quarters. So this is the captain's bed, his bathroom, and again, very easy access to that from both the cockpit and from the main entrance. Next, coming down the side, we have a 2x1 all-in-one berth with another 4 beds, a little galley, a window looking out, and a bathroom. Coming on over the other side, we have another one. So that's 9 beds so far. Let's go up the ladder now. I said up, not down. Alright, with enough boost, we make it up, and we find ourselves in the 2x1 control room. So this is adding an extra 4 crew to our ship, and that's all that we really need. Finally, let's pop on down here, and we find ourselves in the 2x3 mess hall. So we can see that we have enough seating for 12 on the bench seats, another 4 at the table. Right over here, we have our little relaxation hall, and a door leading off of that into the infirmary. Continuing on this side of the ship, back here we have another door, and this is leading us into the 2x2 cargo hold tab with a window in the back. Coming on over to the other side where we have our galley. We've got a cooking station, fridge, some more fridges, plenty of storage space. Off of this, we find ourselves in the 2x1 computer room. This is providing one additional crew for this ship. And then back here we have another 2x2 cargo hold hab. So, like all Hope Tech ships, specializes in cargo despite being a warship. And that is the ship. Fairly easy. We have basically one central ladder, an extra ladder going up to the cockpit, and everything branches out from there.
You should inspect your ship for... Okay, no problem.
All right. So, for this ship, let's go ahead and grab our colors. You can see we've got blue and gold and then black. Alrighty. Now, looking at this, you can very definitely tell I'm making fairly heavy use of the ship flip glitch for this. So you will need that enabled in your settings if you want to build this ship. But let's go ahead and delete it. Alright, so how does we build this ship? Well, first, we're going to come on over here to the bays and grab the Hope 4 landing bay. Then we are going to go ahead and grab our armory. And then we will make a brief detour over here for our docker and for our cockpit. Again, I'm using the Overseer 400. Do note that if you like the look of the Armstrong or Commander style bridges, you can very easily swap this out, and that will leave you with only a single ladder in your ship, and you will be entering this bridge from the control room directly behind it. The only downside to this is you will lose 2 weapon mounts from the Overseer. However, it's not like you're really lacking in weapon mounts, so that's not the end of the world. Alrighty then. What goes behind this? We are now going to add our 1x1 companionway. Now, directly beneath this, we are going to go ahead and grab that 2x3 mess hall. Off the front on this side is where our infirmary is. Off the front on this side is where that computer core is. Off the back corners, I'm going to go ahead and grab a pair of cargo halls. Off the top of this companionway, I'm going to go ahead and grab that control station. Sorry. Just choose captain's quarters and then swap that. Come on, select it. Swap it for control station. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a pair of cross braces. And off the back, I'm going to go ahead and grab a spine. So as you can see here, there is literally no way for it to go ahead and have different pathing. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and grab that captain's quarters. Over here, I'm going to grab that all-in-one. And I'm going to copy the all-in-one to over here. And that is the entire habitable layer of this ship. Again, there is no way that the system can screw up the pathing. We have guaranteed all of our connections through the use of these cross braces and spines. Alrighty, what is next? Let's go ahead and grab our landing gear. So I'm using a bunch of Hope 6 landing gear on this ship, probably too much, but after a certain point it just reaches aesthetics and not usefulness. Nope, don't grab that. I want to copy this, thank you. into the rear variation. And then we will place that on that side. Alrighty. So I have 8 of these landing gear, which means that I have 16 landing thrust, which means I have enough landing thrust for a ship that has about 3,200 mass. That's a lot more mass than this ship actually makes use of. So, way overkill. Let's now go ahead and grab my reactor and grav drive. So, first off, my grav drive. I'm using the R4000 Alpha grav drive. Again, 27 grav jump thrust is all that this ship needs. And then I'm grabbing, of course, the 104DS mag inertial. Alrighty. Next up, let's go ahead and grab engines. So for my engines, I am using the SA 5660s. And I'm using 3 of these. There we go. And that is all this ship is going to need. Alrighty. Next up, I'm going to grab my cargo. Now, for this ship, I'm using the Gamma 1020 cargo holds right along the sides of the mess hall. And that alone is enough to get me to 1620 cargo. But I also decided to come on over here and I'm grabbing the Polo 2020. Not the 2030, the 2020. What this is for is I am just kind of filling out this space here with cargo. However, I don't want to grab the 2030 because that's dropping my mobility further than I really want it to go. Alright. Now, the last thing that I need for this ship is my fuel and my shields. So let's go ahead and take a look at the fuel. Now, for this particular ship, I am using a single H10 Atlas HE3 tank. And this is going to be mounted on one of these two sides, it doesn't matter which. But I'm setting it off to the side for the moment because I'm going to connect that later. Similarly, for these shields, I'm using the 28T Defender shield. Yeah, let's connect them. Make them happy. Alright. But now that I've got all of that in place, it's time to start looking at the structural pieces for this ship. Now, if you've seen me mess around with Hope Tech, or you've messed around with Hope Tech yourself, you know that for the most part, Hope Tech only has top-mounted structural pieces. So anything on the side is pretty minimal. Now, we do still go ahead and get some portholes and some weapon mounts. So let me just go ahead and place all the side stuff first. And all right, got just checking here how many more nose cap Bs I need. Okay, so it looks like 5. So I'm looking at going ahead and placing them in these positions. Alrighty. So now that we've placed all the side connection pieces, it is time to start filling out the upper pieces. So what all is going on here? Well, first things first, I'm using the Hope Tech Cap B mids. Now, relevant things here is it has a bottom and a top connection piece here. So I can go ahead and place 4 of these. Basically right along there. And that's all the ones that I need. And then I have the Hope Tech Cap A's. Now that I've placed these mid cap B's back here, what I can do now is I can go ahead and I can flip my shield and my fuel into place. Note that I technically can go ahead and place this after that, but then I'm duplication glitching, which is more annoying than trying to flip glitch pieces in. That's why I kept these pieces off until now. Alright, next up, let's go ahead and start placing Hope Tech caps. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and place the cap A4s in front of these mid caps. And then let's go ahead and place caps back here. Alright, so placed a whole bunch of caps. And then I'm also going to go ahead and continue placing caps along these pieces. Alright, that is a lot of caps. But wait, there's more. So, in addition to placing all of these caps, I am also going to be going ahead and merging in some pipes. Now, if you like the way the ship looks right now, you do not need to go ahead and merge in any pipes or anything like that. However, I like the look with all these extra pipes and radiators. So let me start by going ahead and grabbing a radiator, and then duplication glitching it down to there. Next up, duplicate this up, and then grab some pipes, and then duplication glitch that. Alright. Will not let me duplication glitch yet, so let's go ahead and we can't flip glitch the pipes, but the pipes do have multiple variants, so we can variant glitch them in. Alright. And then we can duplication glitch that in. Alrighty, there we go. Next, let me go ahead and grab this. Come on. And flip that into place right there. one more radiator. Let me duplicate that really quick. Come on. Duplicate that. And duplicate the radiator. And then I can delete those. And now let's check. I have some more pipes 4, and I have some more pipes mid. Alright. So here I can go ahead and variant glitch. And variant glitch that. And flip glitch the pipes aft. Alrighty. And that is all the piping that I put on this ship. Woohoo! We got it all done. So this is what it looks like in the end. And all that we have now is to go ahead and add our weapons. So for this ship, I am using a bunch of Class B stuff. So I'm using 4 PBO 175s. I'm using 4 PBO 100. Auto neutron turrets. And then I'm using 4 PBO 100 auto neutron beams. Now, yes, I am aware that I could go ahead and use the Exterminator 95s, and these do actually provide more damage than any of these other ones that I chose. I, however, chose to go ahead and use the variations of the PBOs simply because that way I can go ahead and have everything look symmetrical. Yeah, I did this all for appearance's sake. However, if I had part of that is also though because Hope Tech does not give you equipment plates, so I couldn't go ahead and slap an equipment plate on and then say put 3 Exterminator 95s up here. I'm guessing that they just expect you to use the caps instead, which I suppose you could do. However, that just gripes my gears just a little bit. However, if I were to go ahead and pick up some pieces from not strictly just Hope Tech, I would probably just go ahead and grab, say, an equipment plate, and then I would drop the PBO 100s for a set of the Exterminator 95s. Probably do something like the PBO 175s here and over here, and then the Exterminator 95s up here. But again, I'm trying to pick up everything from Hope Town without going anywhere else. Alrighty then. One last thing, and it's getting those colors. All done. Okay, let's go ahead and take this bad boy out. There we go. And before I get too deep into it, just take a picture. Alright, now that that's done, let's go ahead, hop in here really quick, and just show you what the stats are after my skills. So you can see I do have 3,500 cargo capacity with the payload skill maxed out, and 2,400 shield with that 27 light year jump range and 44 reactor. So let's go ahead and come on out. And let's see how well this ship can engage in combat. On extreme difficulty. Perfect. Alright, so we had Alright. There we go. So two ships that were reasonably high level. Dirge 3 and I think that was a Revelation. No. Yeah. Two rank 3 ships. And we weren't even really challenged. So let's go ahead and check out this hostile activity. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Eulogy 3. A Dirge 3. And a Hem. Alright. So this is a reasonably challenging set of targets. And again, not really a challenge. No kiting necessary. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, you may have noted that with lower ranks of starship design, I ended up having to go ahead and kite a lot. Also with Class A ships, I was able to dive in and murder with a few of them. However, most of them, again, required me to kite a lot. However, these Class B ships with Starship Design Rank 4, for the most part, are letting me go ahead and stay up close and fight in a brawl. Now, this is still on extreme difficulty, and I am on New Game Plus Rank 2, or New Game Plus 2, whatever, however you want to say that. So there is some additional difficulty that changes as you go through New Game Pluses. My understanding, though I could be wrong, is that each time you go through New Game Plus all the way up to New Game Plus 10, it increases the damage that you take by 10% and reduces your damage by, I think, 5%. Or doubles or increases the opponent's health by 10%. Whatever it means, in the end, you need to do about twice as much damage, and you take about twice as much damage by New Game Plus 10. And nobody's here to party. Okay. We'll come on out here, and we'll try and get one more combat encounter in. Just to see if I'm proven wrong with everything that I've spouted out so far. That's how it always works, right? Prophecy 3, nice. And a revelation. There we go. Alright, so if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Do all those things that make the YouTube algorithm happy. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one.